a mysterious planet called K239b is out there in space right now, but it shouldn't be. Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. Well, it seems that the Kepler Space Telescope, along with an international team of astronomers, have discovered this massive, and I know you guys love that word, so let me try a different word, enormous extrasolar planet that is orbiting a giant star so closely that this planet should not exist. It should have been destroyed millions of years ago. However, against all odds, this planet is not only surviving, it's thriving around this star that, by all counts, should have destroyed this thing. And yet, here it is, and scientists are stumped. So they first spotted this thing using NASA's Kepler mission, and they confirmed its existence when a team of researchers led by Vincent van Eelen of the Aarhus University in Denmark employed the High Accuracy Radial Velocity Planet Searcher, or HARPS, using the Nordic Optical Telescope in La Palma in the Canary Islands, as well as the Magellan II telescope at the Los Campanas Observatory in Chile, and found out that this thing, indeed, this object was a genuine exoplanet. And this planet, they're calling, has a very short orbital period of just 4.6 days. It takes this thing to get around its star. And having an orbit like this around a sub-giant star is extremely rare, with very few cases like it in existence at this moment. And the consensus about this thing is that basically, when planets of this type are this close to a star, they are all tidally destroyed as the star grows and as they get closer to said sun. Now, Mr. Van Eelen told phys.org that K239b is a special beast. Because of such short period planets orbiting large evolved stars, it's quite rare. And this planet is special, mostly because of the star it orbits. Its host star is an evolved star, a subgiant, several times larger than the Sun. Around such stars, very few short-period planets were known, and there is speculation that this may be because planets cannot survive so close to such large stars. Now, this planet, and again, they don't know if it's a planet, they don't know if it's something artificial. What they do know is that it is 50 times larger than the Earth and has a radius of roughly 8 times that of Earth. And one of the main theories that the mainstream media is afraid to talk about is the very real possibility that this could be an artificial planet orbiting a star which should have ripped it apart long ago. If it was a real planet such as Earth, this thing should have been gone. And we've spoken about the likely existence of these artificial planetoids out there in space that, when you think about it, would not be very hard to construct by a civilization that is hundreds of thousands, if not millions, more years advanced than we are. And it brings us back to another subject that we reported on, alluding to the fact that scientists can't explain what this huge object is that is blocking the light from a distant star. And we've actually done a few videos about this. But basically, I'll bring you up to speed. Astronomers discovered a very strange light pattern surrounding a distant star called KIC 8462852. So they were monitoring this star, and what they realized is that something was blocking up to 20% of the light coming from this star, which, if this had been a planet orbiting around the star, you would have much smaller dips in starlight. We're talking about maybe 5 to 10%, if that, in starlight that would have dipped down as a planet or a moon passed in front of the star. So whatever this thing is, it's much more massive than a planet, and it's not a planet, because the dips in light around this star are very irregular, and do not happen as you would see with a planet revolving around a star, where you can basically time the dips in light coming from the star like clockwork. So what it looks like, with such a high percentage of light being blocked out by something in front of this star, it leads many to theorize, including mainstream scientists, that there may be a massive alien structure surrounding this star, if it not least sitting in front of it. And we've spoken about these before, what are known as Dyson spheres, which would theoretically be these massive alien structures built around stars in order to harness their energy. So you can imagine a massive solar panel array stretching around a star with millions of solar panel-like rectangles all locked together surrounding the star, feeding off of the star's energy, and it's something this massive that could actually block up to 20% or more of the light coming from the star, and that's exactly what's happening with this star. And it reminds me of those massive circular UFOs that we talked about in a recent video that were captured on SOHO imagery, approaching the sun and sucking plasma bands from the sun before detaching and flying away. And it reminds me of this new object that they found around this star that should be destroyed. Again, brings us back to talks about harnessing energy to an artificial object. You're seeing an image of that object that has been seen numerous times approaching our own sun, where you can see it sucking energy from the sun before finally detaching and moving away. And these objects around our sun are many times the size of our own planet. So, again, scientists cannot explain what the huge object is. They've ruled out the fact that it could be comets, because basically they said that there would have to be almost 1 million large comets in front of this star. And the way the light is dipping, it's basically virtually impossible that this is some group of comets. There's just too much light being blocked from this star. And again, it's not a planet revolving around it, because planets only block out maybe 5 to 7 to maybe 10% of the star's light. So I have no doubt that there are discoveries that are being made, and probably have already been made, that there are not only massive artificial structures out there built or sitting in front of these stars, but there are also planetoids artificially constructed that are created as such that they are able to survive massively close to their host stars, as we are seeing with this new object that they found orbiting this star, and it shouldn't be there. Should have been destroyed long ago. But I will let you make up your mind. I guarantee you, if they do realize that it is artificial, you're not going to be hearing about it anytime soon. I'm just telling you the way it is and the way it looks. So, the name of this object, K2-39b, the mysterious object or planet that shouldn't be there at all, and that scientists are still up in arms about how exactly it is still existing so close to this star, and possibly whether it's a planet at all. So, again, let me know what you guys think. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe on your way out. And as always, stick around because I've got a lot more coming. Stay safe, guys.